Hello, everyone, and welcome to Alphabet
Alphabet
Corner.
Corner. We got it. We're good. I think that's the closest we're ever gonna get.
Yeah, just about. Oh, today we're just going to be talking to y'all here. Whatever comes up, what comes our way, maybe some articles. We'll see where it goes.
Your camera got blurry.
Yes, it did.
All right, so we're just gonna be talking about a few things just randomly. Like we have a couple of news articles we might discuss, and who knows? We'll see where it goes. um, so one thing that a lot of things that the most of us already know about are the natural disasters happening across the globe. One of the biggest ones that's been hitting the news is that storm in Maui. Was it Maui?
Yes, in
Okay,
Maui.
I knew it was one of the Hawaii islands. Um, so they're still doing a search. Last I read, and um, they have over 1,000 people missing still unaccounted for, and they've only covered about 80% of the island's burnt areas. So they are working on trying to go over that. They have like 350 people searching. Um, so that's good that they're looking, but hopefully our thoughts and prayers go out to the 1,300 missing people because that is a travesty in its own. Like, in the fact that there's that many people still missing, that there was definitely a faux pas somewhere. It's like somebody dropped the ball on that because even though it's a natural disaster, there should have been some kind of warning sent out or some kind of alert saying, "Hey, you're in danger." Um, Now, I was reading one article where they were talking about how the governor, I think it was like the governor or congressperson or somebody from Hawaii, I think it's the governor who's supposed to issue the alert, chose not to. And I think that was, I have it. It's in one of the articles I shared with you in our Discord, but I can't seem to find it now.
Right. And, in one of the New York Times articles, none of the 80 warning sirens placed around the island were activated in response to the devastating Lahaina fire. A spokesman for Hawaii's emergency management agency confirmed. Nobody at the state and nobody at the county attempted to activate those sirens based off our records. Spokesperson Adam Weintraub adding it was largely a function of how fast the flames were moving. Officials used other communication methods like cell phone alerts to warn residents, he said. And that last half of it was from a CNN article.
Now, I will give it to the higher ups. They did mention that they were going to be investigating what caused the fire, which, I mean, that's well said and done, after the aftermath. But, I mean, I guess it's something better than nothing. At least, hopefully, if they figure out what caused it, they can help prevent it in the future. Um, I know that some of the people native to Hawaii are like upset because a lot of it is due to colonization, is what they were saying, and because that area used to be all wetlands, but because of colonization, all these buildings were built up and properties were added, and it's no longer wetlands. So
Right, it's disrupted the natural ecology there.
yeah. All right, so that was that, but our thoughts go out to the victims and the families that are misplaced. A lot of people are still without actual homes. Some of them are staying in hotels and such. But there are quite a few people still displaced, and our thoughts go out to them.
Oh man. Yeah, it's just any videos you watch of people standing in the ocean there watching the world around them burn.
Right.
People trying to go through where their houses were, where their families were. It's just heartbreaking. It's terrible. And the worst part is they had to do like checkpoints there to help keep out people who don't need to be there, especially when it was still unsafe.
Mm-hmm.
As if sorry, it is technically a country still, but that's a whole nother story. But the state of Hawaii, like already suffers from having Native Islanders versus encroaching tourism and disrespectful tourism, or just doing things to keep tourists out where they shouldn't be, where they can easily get hurt, or hurt any other parts of the ecology there. I mean, like having to struggle to keep tourists out alongside of people who actually live there, whether they're native or not native to Hawaii. It's just it's a very complicated situation there that has evolved. But yeah, any of the news articles you see, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it's a really hard thing to see happen to just our fellow man, let alone fellow countrymen, but just people in general. It's hard to see those kinds of things happen. But we have another disaster happening, supposed to be happening tonight. California is going to get hit for the first time by Hillary. Hillary, how dare you? No.
Hillary.
It's not funny. It's a horrible thing.
Oh, everything's terrible. We'll get over it.
They're expecting it to hit today, I think around 11 Pacific time. If I remember correctly, it's supposed to hit sometime today.
Slam into Southern Hurricane Hillary is expected to slam into Southern California on Sunday as a rare tropical storm, unleashing floods, fierce winds, and heavy downpours as residents evacuate. Parks and beaches close, and first responders brace for water rescues.
Our very own news reporter.
Right now, yeah, Hillary is a Category 1, and yes, it's Hillary spelled differently, so
it is.
She already takes that state by storm every election. Don't worry.
But apparently the last one hit in 1939. And there was like nearly 100 people that were killed during that because they weren't prepared for it.
Hopefully they're a little more prepared there.
Well, people have already started like piling up sandbags and doing a lot of prep work to be prepared for the hurricane. But that storm is supposed to go up through northeast, up through Nevada, and
oh wow, the way it just shoots up through there, yeah, it's just like completely banking the coast, hitting Baja California first.
Well, hopefully, like I know it's unlikely, but hopefully some of those storms make it up to Canada and get rid of some of those fires they're experiencing.
Right.
That's unlikely, but I mean, who knows?
Well, hopefully some of that rain will help continue to refill Lake Mead. One of the main water sources there that have been engineered. If ever you have a chance to read up or watch or listen to anything about Lake Mead, I definitely recommend it. It's interesting.
Well, they're expecting like 14 inches of rain.
I mean, they definitely need it, but yeah. They always need it. Let's just say that.
California really does need it. But the fires in California happen like north of that, don't they?
If memory serves, yeah, more north, more towards the west. I know it's hard to say it like that because, they're Californians an elbow shape. This is down and then curves, yeah.
I mean, they do get some fires down south there, Southern California.
I'd imagine. Yeah.
If I remember correctly, like the majority of them happen up the northwest corner of California.
Up in the northwest there. That is where it's like the Shasta Trinity National Forest is. Yeah, a lot less people up that way for sure. But yeah, I can imagine that might be the case. There's Yosemite National Park is towards the just south of the crook of the elbow, and Death Valley
You
right
know,
there
and
too.
like these fires are a disaster of their own, and hurricanes are a disaster of their own. Like it's sad to see these things. Like I said before about the fires and why it's sad to see these things happen. But at the same time, you're like, man, too bad that hurricane isn't hitting where those fires are to help put some of those fires out.
Oh, that's right. That's true. It's, I mean, they're two different problems caused by different symptoms of the same problem, in a sense.
Humanity.
Humanity, yes. One of my most favorite quotes, of course, I don't know where it comes from, but it's essentially humanity is the architect of their own misery.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So,
Let's see. Yeah, 5 p.m. Eastern is when they're going to be hitting the hurricane's center is expected to hit towards Temecula,
so if
which
you see
is
this
south
before that hits, please take precautions.
for sure. Be careful out there, everyone. No matter whether you're experiencing wildfires, hurricanes, or just normal life in America, be careful.
Man, America, the world's natural disaster.
Right? We will be the planet's Florida.
Oh my god.
Just swinging around everywhere.
Our state capital is no longer DC, it's Florida, our country capital.
Oh, don't tell DeSantis that. Oh no, do tell him. His head might swell to the point where it does explode.
Oh my god, he threw Trump under the bus, and now the Trump administration wants him to apologize. I'm like, but I think DeSantis is setting, like, didn't he announce that he's like running for president in 2024?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the way
Who's
he's
worse?
running his
Who's
state.
worse? Let's see here. Do Dumb and Dumber run for presidency? Who? I'm sorry, I can't say Dumb and Dumber. That's an insult to Dumb and Dumber.
Well, someone I know who considers himself more of a moderate Republican, more moderate, but more sides with the Republican side of things. They were like, oh, in the early, like last year, maybe they're like, oh, DeSantis looks like a great presidential candidate, and now we're seeing everything from blocking rights to like completely messing up an already sad school system of Florida. It's just, and everything else in between. It's just like, and this one wants to run for president too. I'm more afraid of DeSantis than Trump because he's more
yeah.
likely to make it through.
Oh my god, DeSantis is terrifying. Like what he's done just this year alone in Florida. Gosh.
Right, you
So
don't have to be alphabet mafia to have to worry about DeSantis.
I
He's
used to
there to
be.
kill everyone.
See, this is the thing. About what 2016 was that when Trump first ran? Was it 2016? Because then, yeah, it's 2016 because that was 4 years before 2020. So 2016 was Trump's beginning, and I was a different person then, and I unfortunately did not educate myself on politics or anything like that. But I was I didn't like the two options. Like I'm not like most of the time I look at the lesser of two evils. I don't vote like when I vote back in the past I would vote based off of okay, well, I don't like either options here. I did not vote for Hillary. But at the same time because well this is the thing like I didn't truly understand what Trump stood for. I did not understand it. And now I know a lot more. I've educated myself. I've gone over a transformation over the last, what has it been, almost 8 years now. And my eyes have been opened. And like a lot of people, unfortunately, there's a lot of us out there that turn a blind eye, don't really pay attention, and don't. And I'm sad to mention, I did not educate myself, and that was my fault. but I have since educated myself on a lot of things, and um, but then again, there's also like when my political views usually like I've taken there's a test you can take that show you where your views land. Mine's like almost smack dab in the middle, and I'm like,
True moderate, yeah.
yeah, like I'm like there's like a bar graph that like there's
Four
uh,
quadrants, you know, there's
yeah,
going to be
I'm like
Democratic, Republican, Libertarian, and
right, but
the
I
other one.
literally like when you looked at the graph, it was my spot was right smack dab in the middle. But I think if I was to take that test again now, it would be definitely more
More,
Democratic, more Libertarian. But I don't know, because it's just so like I've been around since like the first Clinton administration, right?
right.
So for me, like I remember when Hillary was anti-gay. I remember everything she stood before she ran for presidency. Like she was so flip floppy and so on. Like I was like, I did not want her, but like at the same time, it was like, well, Trump's not really great either. So, anyways, that's my faux pas. That's my deep dark secret there, people.
You're growing though. Positive framing. You've grown. You've grown.
I've
You're learning.
removed the weeds from my life, and now I'm a blossoming flower. I mean, we all have things we're not proud of in our life, right?
I'd say everyone does, yes. I mean, if you need to understand this better, this growth that you hopefully everyone hopefully continues to work on there, no matter what it is in your life, just remember the lyrics from Alanis Morissette. You live, you learn, you love, you learn, you cry, you learn, you lose, you learn, you bleed, you learn, you scream, you
Did
live.
you just look up the lyrics so you can just read them
Bad
off?
because I only remember the first couple and I wanted the whole refrain.
I love Alana Morissette. Like
Alanis Morissette is
Alanis
just
Morissette is a.
yes.
Mm.
I wish there was more Melissa Etheridge, but she also hurt her voice. Anyway, sorry. I'm pretty sure they're all Canadian artists. They all touch my heart.
Canadian artists are amazing.
Yes.
I mean, they gave us Avril Lavigne, so what wrong
They
could
also
they
gave
do?
us Justin Bieber, though.
Yeah.
There's always the light and the dark to this world. Anyway. Oh, how do we even get down this?
Well, you mentioned DeSantis.
Right, because we talked about Florida. We were talking about okay, yeah. It's okay. Rabbit holes upon rabbit holes upon rabbit holes.
And then you mentioned Justin Bieber, and I'm thinking here, like, does Drake actually outweigh Justin Bieber though? Like, and the rest are kind of like, so the rest are all good.
Ooh.
Justin and Drake balance each other out. Drake's really great, and then Justin. But they also gave us Celine Dion and Shania Twain.
Yeah.
I mean, my favorite's still Avril Lavigne.
I sang for my cousins because my aunt wanted me to like do a inspirational song for my cousin or my uncle's like college graduation or something, and I sang "I Hope You Dance" because I was like, she says inspirational, but she wants me to sing Christian music.
Please give us a tidbit. I mean, come on now.
Oh my gosh.
Just give us like a 30-second tidbit here.
I want free stuff all the time. Oh, sorry. I Hope You Dance is actually Leanne Womack. My bad. Which she did another song or two I like too.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, water first.
Do you need us to pause?
Before this. Don't worry, no branding.
He thumbs over the great value.
Nope. Or is it? I didn't bring that water. Don't worry. All right. Oh my gosh. All right. Let's just go with the first verse. I hope you never lose your. Oh my gosh, I don't remember how it goes. I hope you never lose your sense of wonder. You get your fill to eat, but always keep that hunger. May you never take one single breath for granted. God forbid love ever leave you empty handed. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. Okay, that's all you're getting.
It was great. It was bravo, bravo.
10 a.m. with no warm up. Okay. Oh my gosh.
I couldn't do it. I don't have a good enough voice. If we'd break our recording or something.
Right.
So I pulled up this list while you were singing, and I was like, "What other what other musicians are from Canada?" And I'm like, "There's quite the list here." Like, I didn't know Shawn Mendes was.
Mendes, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know he was Canadian. Guess who? Oh,
The Guess Who.
That's disgusting.
What?
They can keep her.
Who?
Carly Rae Jepsen.
I just saw her right there.
Like
Rush there.
She can stay up there with Justin.
Sarah
McLachlan.
Feist. Isn't Feist 1, 2, 3, 4? Tell me that you love me more.
I think I don't know that song.
I think
so
that's her.
I'm not very familiar with their work.
Oh,
they
you
also
like
gave
Apple?
us.
She was in an Apple commercial. Come on.
Okay, I've just recently become an Apple person.
Oh, okay.
Bare Naked Ladies is Canadian.
Cha, with a name like that, you know.
Nickelback is Canadian.
Very.
The thing is, okay, so this is my thing. Like, I actually really do like Nickelback, and I know a lot of people don't. Like, a lot of people I know don't.
I think is most people's like guilty pleasure. They want no one to know that.
Well, that's because there's so many haters that they don't realize that their music's actually good. They just jumped on the I hate Nickelback bandwagon, and I'm like, but their lyrics are good. If you listen to their lyrics, it's good lyrics and good music. I mean, it's the same song.
The problem is
same
music. Were overplayed. They were overplayed so hard.
And it's the same music to every song, so
it is. It really is.
But the lyrics are good.
All these other bands out there that sound exactly like them too. So then everyone's like, "Oh, no, another Nickelback song." It's like, no, they haven't released one for years. This is not Nickelback.
So, question. So, if you were to pick, okay, there's a lot of great artists from Canada. If you had to pick one favorite artist, who would you pick?
That is hard, man. That is hard.
I know who I would pick.
So
it'd be very difficult for me to do this because Avril Lavigne is my true heart and soul, and I've loved her even before they say she got cloned. Like,
right. No, I know what you're saying. I know.
I've loved her for a long time. Like, she got me through a lot of dark times. Like, I was that goth kid in the big black hoodie in high school.
Did you have the trip pants too?
I did. I had these big baggy pants that were just.
I have a pair or two that need a lot of fixing.
My one pair had pockets on the side.
Yeah, I had two pairs that had pockets on the sides, and then I had a women's pair that had no pockets.
Well, there you go. But that being said, love you, Avril. I will love you forever. But my number one favorite artist from Canada would have to be Michael Bublé.
Ah, yes. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like the voice of a god. Like that guy can belt out music like nobody's business, and his songs just hit different, you know?
Yeah, yeah. No, I get you. Michael Bublé, he's like he he brings back a feeling from like I don't know, like Sinatra and Tony Bennett and so on and so forth. He's got a nice, smooth classical voice, and he's good looking.
Oh, so good looking. Unfortunately, he's straight.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's got like a wife, isn't he? He's his wife, and I don't know if they have kids yet or not, but
Find out. Let's go down the Buble hole.
so
He is 47 years old. His spouse is Louisiana
how is he
Lopilan.
47? Like, oh my
Married in
god.
2011. I know, he doesn't look
Uh,
47. That man is dipping in the stem cell batch, I swear.
listen, but look, God, if you look at those eyes, that look like he just stares into your soul. Like
Yeah, he's got pretty
he's
eyes.
like
He's got 4 kids.
he smolders.
I mean, that man, if he really, really, really wanted to fill the earth, probably could.
Mm.
He just exudes like real masculinity, not toxic masculinity. We could wax on about Mr. Buble.
Mhm.
But it's really hard to narrow down who would be my favorite. Um, because I mean, oh my gosh, we've already mentioned a lot of our favorites. I'm going to instead go with Sum 41.
Ooh, Sum 41 is amazing. I didn't know they were Canadian.
Yeah, from Ajax, Ontario. Oh my gosh, it's Sum 41 just takes us back to our childhoods, you and I.
A throwback. Like
Right, Sum 41, Time of Chumbawamba. And Blink 182.
Blink is not Canadian.
No, I'm not naming Canadian bands. I'm
Oh,
naming
I'm sitting here like
brings
what?
us back to our childhood, along with
Uh,
the time of Britney Spears and NSYNC and Backstreet Boys.
Now, okay, I love Britney Spears,
Watching
but
Making the Band.
what they did to Britney was not cool.
Yeah,
Like
there's
even
been a lot
before
of
her conservatorship or whatever, conservatorship.
conservatorship.
Yeah, like she. Okay, so she could belt like nobody's business. I don't know if you've ever listened to Britney before. Um, like her childhood, like before she became like super famous.
Hmm.
Her voice was a completely different voice, but they made her change her voice because she had a better range than and Christina
Christina
Aguilera.
Aguilera.
And but their voices were so similar that they made Britney change her voice because you can't sell two voices that sound the same.
Yeah. Oh my
But
god, Genie in a Bottle.
okay, and like love Christina, love her music. But I will always stand for Britney over Christina. Anyways, isn't this
Leave
awesome?
Britney alone.
Stop. Do not come for her. She's already shaved her head once. Don't make her do it again.
And look at Chris Crocker now.
Chris Crocker?
Yeah. Leave Britney alone.
Oh, what's he look like now?
I'm sure he has lots of fans.
Why is it? Did he trans
Oh,
to Kara?
oh
What?
my gosh, I didn't know that. To Kara Cunningham.
Cunningham. I didn't know that.
Oh my gosh. What?
Kara Cunningham looks angry AF. Love you, Kara.
Oh my
I
gosh.
almost dead named him after knowing
Right,
them.
right. Kara looks like Avril and Brittany had a baby. Early Avril.
Kind of.
Because I'm
But
getting.
I mean, I look. I mean, to me, it looks like Brittany and Lindsay Lohan had a baby. But
Oh, Lindsay. Okay, okay. Yeah, I can see that.
yeah, no, like more power to you, Kara. Like I followed you when you were Chris for a while, and I lost touch on you. I'm sorry for that, but love your journey.
That is amazing. Okay.
Go you, Kara.
Kara looks great. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Kara, before you transitioned, you were looking great too, but you look phenomenal now too.
Right.
Damn, some people get the best of both worlds.
You look good as a man. You look great as a woman. Like,
Shoot. Okay.
I barely look good as a man.
Feels. I feel that so hard. Though my ex does his best to help take care of my hair, but everything else.
And I think that if I was to, I'm not trans. Would not ever claim to be trans because that's not who I am. But I think I would look lovely as a woman.
Based on my old drag photos, I look great as a woman.
Well, I'm basing it off of the fact of how good I look in red lipstick when I put red lipstick on my lips for to be a vampire, like to make it look like there was blood coming
Okay.
down, and I was like, dang, I wear good lipstick.
I look phenomenal in lipsticks. Usually more purples and dark reds and such. Yeah. Like my friend had got a new lipstick and she was like, "Here, try it out." And I was like, "Okay," because we're just sitting there like hungover and I'm just sitting there in like a plain white t-shirt, and I'm like, she was like, "Why does this look better on you than it does on me?" And I was like, I think she left it there out of spite.
There you go.
That color. I need to check a.
Did you Vogue?
No, there's a picture of me in that lipstick just sitting there like vaping on one of my ancient vapes. It's just smoke billowing around me. It's very like Slavic Lana Del Rey. I had that summertime sadness.
Oh, dude. So summertime songs are some of the best. Like the songs about summer are some of the greatest songs.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Okay, speaking of, it's not really. I guess it kind of falls under summertime songs. One of my favorite songs is actually an Avril song called "Sipping on Sunshine." Have you ever heard of that?
The name rings a bell. I can't place it. I'll have to listen to it after the stream.
Can I play it live on the stream if we?
I'm not sure how to dive into the legal logistics of that.
All right, if you want to pause, I'll share it.
Okay. We can probably have it removed later if it has copyright infringement. All right, and we're back. We just listened to a couple songs there. Digital Millennium Copyright Act. Don't want to be infringement of that.
We got to protect ourselves since we don't have enough viewers to monetize yet.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we probably can play it because we're not monetized. But if we ever want to monetize these, let's just get ahead of the curve. But
Like, share, comment, make us famous, people.
please hurry up.
Within the next month, so Theo doesn't have to get a job.
Right. Please. Okay. So anyway, yeah, we were listening to different old Sunshine songs. Avril's and another older one too. Even older.
Wasn't it like what was the name of that group? It was Lynn.
Len, Len. Steal My Sunshine. Yeah. Sorry, you know how it goes. Someone plays you songs like, oh, it reminds me of this song, or it takes me back to this.
You know what song is a good song too? Smile by Uncle Cracker.
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh, there were so many like, what's it called? Like spin-offs, like animated things that you could see, like whether you're on like image boards or if you're on
We should build a
Newgrounds.
Spotify Spotify channel or one of those music
Just make a
things,
Spotify playlist.
and then we should link it to our YouTube page. Like you can find it under our YouTube page, link in bio.
Right.
We have 17 viewers though.
Oh, okay. That's something.
Better than nothing, I guess.
Oh my gosh.
We just have to
Have
figure
you
out when to release.
seen some like playlist names of Spotify? Like, and remember, the artists get to see what playlist their songs are going into, and y'all are wilding out there. Like, I mean, just to name my own, so I don't, out some people. Like, I have some that would be considered like crazy white girl music.
Did you get your pumpkin spice latte?
Oh my gosh, not yet. But I saw it's back. I'm in a lot of stores. But I have like a playlist called Everything Hurts But I Must Drive. And it has a cover picture I put of like, it's a meme. It's someone who crashed into a collision center. And some of the lights are out on the collision center sign.
Oh no.
It looks like an album cover. And then there's the sad isn't all bad. Because, sometimes you want more chill kind of minor key music, but you don't want to be depressed.
Depression.
The Spotify playlist. I wonder if we can get as it stops typing, WTF.
You'll never have to listen to the smashing keyboard at work again anymore.
Oh my gosh, the keyboard smasher. The keyboard smasher.
Oh my god.
Remember
like how
when they were
no, there's two of them. There are two of them.
There's two.
Yes, and they're both named Frank. Great people. If you ever see this. The one Frank is great. The other Frank, but they both like just pound away at their keyboards. And I'm like, I can just imagine, like, how angry are you that you have to hit your keyboard that hard?
I know, right?
Now, the not so great Frank had cigarettes out on their desk yesterday. Like, just laid them all out.
It stink.
Oh my god. It smelled horrible. It smelled like an ashtray.
Really? Or even smoking up. Oh my god.
But my thing is, like, certain things should not be allowed on the floor, like out and about.
Right, I'd have this, but it's like an air freshener. Not that I was vaping inside the building, but just the residual scent was just, like fruity.
Well, the thing is, like, you know how much I sneeze? You know how loud my sneezes are? That's caused by certain fragrances. Like, those smells hit my nose and I can't hold it back.
I know, some people's... Okay.
BL?
Yes, perfumes, some people who spray deodorants, colognes, some of them were just coming in so strong and hot. Not hot in a good way, just... Anyway.
You thought it was Axe body spray, so you just went wild.
Right. If you... The only axe I want to see in the air is at an axe throwing place. Okay, okay.
Okay.
It's just some people just they empty an entire can or bottle on themselves, and it's
It's
just
like it takes two, at the most, two squirts. Two squirts.
right.
One to the wrist, and you just like this, and then a dab to the neck.
They even say also your hair too, if you really want to, because it will permeate throughout the rest of the day too, and follow you where you go. And sure, that might be fine in light moderation, all of the above that we've mentioned. But you remember the Axe commercials? They do the X. Some people still do that.
It's not necessary.
Right.
Like, I don't need you to smell like aerosol. Like that's a problem. That's the problem. It's not the scent. It's the lingering aerosol smell. Like you literally smell like an aerosol can, not you, but like
Right.
people. Yeah, like what'd you do? Take it. You just it doesn't have matter. Like you can't smell the fragrance. All you smell is the.
Right. I do have a counter proposal to using all these spray-on scents and such. I would
Take a
come in
bath.
smelling like soap because I bathe every freaking day. Bathing's better than just covering it up because it's gonna come right on back.
Here's your commercial.
Right.
Oh, you smell?
Today
People
is
can't
brought
stand
to
to be
you by
around you.
Bathing for Fucking Ones.
People can't stand to be around you because your odor is strong. Here's a solution.
Try water and soap.
Take a fucking bath.
Or just a shower. Or if you can't do any of that, like stand under your
Take
air
a hoe
conditioning
bath.
unit with some soap.
Take a hoe bath. Get a washcloth, some soap, turn on the sink, and just hoe bath it down if you have to. Something, anything is
What
better
was
than that.
It's gonna be a PTA day. Pits, tits, and ass.
My tits do be sweaty. Some of these things I say, sometimes I feel like they might be considered inappropriate, and I need a filter sometimes. But I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Oh. But there's some people, and the really bad body odor is because you have bacteria.
Yeah, bacteria is what causes the smells. That's
And
the
it's not good
breaking
bacteria;
down.
it's bad bacteria.
Right. It's the bacteria breaking down like the proteins and other things in your sweat.
And like it's disgusting.
So wash that, because you can wash off that and any other slough skin and everything else there. Yes,
That
that's
room
what
is
those rings are on the toilet most of the time that some people leave.
I'm a firm believer that they should have Clorox wipes in bathroom stalls.
Yes.
Like in
So
an
you wipe it
emergency
down.
situation, I should not have to put layers of toilet paper down just so I can partially squat over the toilet seat.
Okay. I don't work there now, so I can say this. I used to take like 5 of those germ paper things.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Because one don't cut it with these nasty fuckers, okay? And then there are other times where it was just so bad, I was like, I'm gonna hold it for 5 more hours and then get home and do it. Just no.
Oh my god! And like, because sometimes like after like being there all day, like you can't hold it any longer, and it's like,
I know.
oh my god, it's like I have GI issues, so I really can't hold it.
Sometimes we walk into those. There's technically 2 bathrooms there, but really it was like half of a bathroom total for what amount of people we had there.
Yeah.
But well, yeah, you walk in there some days, you're just like, I can't.
So the bathroom, the one bathroom, the big bathroom with like the 2
Quote,
stalls
unquote.
and 2 urinals. So I had to go to the bathroom one time, and it was packed. The bathroom was packed. I walk into the stall, and there was poop all over the toilet seat.
Oh.
And I had to literally walk out like, I did not use this. Like I'm making a scene here because I'm like, this was not me. This was not me. I am not getting blamed. I still have to go to the bathroom. Like, I washed my hands and left, and I went and told the cleaning lady. She's really nice, the one that's there. I'm not gonna mention her name, but she's there. She's like, oh, I just cleaned that bathroom. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Look, public service announcement. If you're not going to sit on it, okay? If you're just going to like squat or whatever and projectile everywhere, put the seat up. Okay? If you're
Or
going to be vile, put the
if you
seat
did sit on it and you still pooped on the seat,
wipe it
clean that fucker.
or
Like,
go out and report it.
like,
Fess up to your sin.
don't leave your sin behind for the rest of us to have to deal with and like almost puke because you don't know how to fucking use a toilet.
Especially at work, because I understand you're at a airport or something there, you know, whatever. But if you're at your work where you earn your money and these other people have to be around you, courtesy flush. There are two
Part
kinds.
of me wonders if the person that did it, if they were the same person that pooped out their pants and Phil stepped in it.
What?
You never heard about that?
No! Spill it now! Spill it like that.
Phil was walking and he stepped, like, he looked down and he had stepped in someone's poop. They had pooped on the floor somehow. Like, it must have come out of their pants or something.
No.
I'm like, poor Phil. I felt bad for him. I'm like, that's horrible. Like, I'm sorry. Like, how do you not, like, first of all, if it's that big of an emergency that you are pooping out your pants, then you need to get off that call. Don't stay on the call. Be like, hey, I'm sorry. I have to release this call because I have an emergency. Or transfer it back in to queue and put yourself into personal and go take care of some, like, and if even if it was an emergency and you lost control, don't just leave it there. Let somebody know and be like, hey, I had an emergency situation. I lost control of my bowels. I have to go home, but someone might want to clean this up.
Right.
Or clean it up yourself.
Right.
But don't leave it there for someone else to step in.
Just, you know, person up.
Right. And the thing is, like, you know how there was that sickness that was going around to the because it was like people weren't washing their hands or whatever.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, it doesn't help that there was poop on the floor.
Yeah, it's just any public situations are you gonna be gross. Why are you making it worse? I mean, come on.
Okay, can we change the subject because we've been talking about poo for a minute here.
One final story. I was working at a Walmart elsewhere, and we were like stocking the pet area, and this old man runs by, and his wife comes down the aisle and goes, "Where's your bathrooms? Where's your bathrooms?" And we're front. And she's like, "Okay." And one of my coworkers, she's watching this poor old man, and he can't walk. He's shuffling, but she looks down, and there's this trail of like what looks like enlarged hamster doodles just rolling out his pants the whole way. Hey, it was dry. Okay, so maintenance was able to clean it up easy, but it was just, it's like, was there a rodent in here? What is this?
See, and this is why I will forever, like, when I get older, I'm going to forever do the store pickup on the outside.
Right? Or ship to my house, please.
Please. No, it's... So, anyways, I don't want to go out on that note. Let's, what's something else we can talk about before we go out?
I know, right? What are all the small
That's such a
things we talk
shitty
about?
ending. We don't want to wipe our podcast with toilet paper at this point.
Say it ain't so.
Oh, we didn't. Did we talk about the trans laws?
Oh, I don't think we did. Yeah.
What was it? I think I accidentally closed out of it.
So
Where's
I
the?
was looking at an article from U.S. News about, as we all know, the rise of anti-trans bills in the U.S. Kyle was saying earlier that it was, what, 37 lawmakers?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, lawmakers in 37 states have introduced at least 142 bills to restrict gender-affirming healthcare for trans and gender-expansive people this year alone, nearly 3 times as many as last year.
Now, and the thing is, like 1/5 of those only 1/5 of those affect trans people over the age of 18. I mean, majority of them are guided at
They're
four fifths
directed
of
at
them were
minors.
directed at minors. Yes.
Yeah.
So, and this is where my politics land in the middle. Like I said before, like I got that bar graph going on. I'm like right in the middle here, like at that right there. So, like I understand and don't understand at the same time. First of all, that yes, I get they are minors, but at the same time, that I 100% believe that it should be yes, before they go through their transition or take the affirming care, that one, they definitely need to make sure they've talked to a therapist, which I'm pretty sure the majority of them are. Two, I believe that, they have a long conversation with their doctor, which the majority of them do.
Team
And
of doctors.
yeah, and this is the controversial part where most people will not agree with me. I think that yes, a parent or guardian must sign off on it and they must discuss it. Like, and this shouldn't be like something that they just decide. But at the same time, though, that should be between those three parties, the four parties: the parent, guardian, the person in question, therapist, and doctor. If you are someone that is not one of those four things, it's none of your damn business. Step the fuck out. And I do believe that the majority of the treatments should, if you can't have all four of those things, then after you're 18, then it shouldn't. Then it's your choice, your body, everything. Like you're not under the control of a parent or guardian. Um, and that's my opinion. I know that a lot of people won't agree with it, but at the same time, I also think that it's important if someone is, truly a trans person, because unfortunately, there are a lot of people out there that, well, I'm trans, but they aren't really trans. Like they're just jumping on what they consider to be a bandwagon. Or sometimes you'll have like parents who are forcing their children through it just because they want the attention.
Really? Ugh.
Yeah. There's been times. There's just not you don't hear about it too often, but it does
It's
happen.
not impossible, but it has happened before, is what you're saying.
Right. I mean, it's no different than a parent forcing a hermaphrodite to choose the parent like forcing
Making the decision at birth,
which
what,
gender they should be.
right.
Right. So, I mean, at that same time, though, in that same thought, you know, that's why it's important to have a doctor, have a therapist involved in the process, so that all parties in play can have a good understanding. Because doctors and therapists are, they may not know everything about the child, but like they have a pretty good understanding and help see, okay, well this patient is definitely ready for this transition.
Right. So long as they're not a biased doctor
Right.
going against their Hippocratic oath.
Exactly. That's the thing. Like four parties in play.
Right.
All four parties have the right to say yes or no. Without all four, then it shouldn't take place.
In my uneducated opinion, if you're not able to come to a consensus, I feel that at least puberty blockers should be allowed.
Yeah.
So if you end up deciding once you are your own legal person, you should be able to do so. without as much problems. I
True.
feel that would be fair, because then you're just not moving greatly in any direction there. So you can, if you want to make your transition, great. And if you don't at the end there and you decide to remain, cisgendered, great. No problem. That's not going to be too hard. I mean, we have so many different things we can do to move into the direction we want to be moving, whether it's your gender assigned at birth or the
Hmm.
gender that you need to transition to. Great. You'll have a better starting point to go by.
I
And
agree with
you
you.
can take testosterone, estrogen, and everything, other hormone replacements or supplements or augmentations. You can do any sort of outward physical augmentations, changes, or whatever they're called there, later, sure. But it's the point of a lot of these bills are to completely restrict and prevent any kind of
Right.
gender affirming care.
And that's wrong. Like, in my opinion, I agree with you. Like, I agree with what you're saying. I'm saying that those laws are wrong.
Yeah,
Like,
the government's dipping their hand in the wrong bowl here.
but the biggest thing is here, my biggest thing across the board for any and all laws that go into place that govern the bodies of other people are wrong. Because if it does not affect you as a person, it is not your place to say how someone else can live their life, how someone else can make the changes to their life as needed. Just like some people, abortion is one thing, women's rights, any human rights in general should be the right of the individual or a parent or guardian. Um, I mean, obviously, once they're 18, it should be their choice, but still,
Right.
it's not your body, it's not your child's body. Then why should you have the right to tell someone else what to do with their body?
Right.
Do you want me to tell you what to do with your body?
Right. It's why does everyone lose their bodily autonomy? Because some people are butthurt about what's happening to other people. It's
Like,
just
right, and it all comes down to, like, that's that one person, that's that person's belief system. But why? So why does your belief system outrank someone else's belief system?
right.
Like, your belief,
Aren't we
yeah,
supposed to be equal?
right? Like, your belief system, your body, your family. You keep that in your little square, and I'll stay in my square and with my beliefs and my system. But that's, comes down to freedom of religion as well. Like, why should one person's freedom of religion or freedoms of beliefs
Or freedom
or
from religion. Yeah.
freedom from a religion, exactly, thank you, like, why would yours outrank mine?
Right.
It shouldn't, in any way, shape, or form. One person's beliefs should not outrank another person's beliefs.
Right.
Now, with one exception, when your beliefs harm another,
Right.
like if your beliefs are harming another person, then that's when you've crossed the line.
Exactly.
But, and a lot of people will say, well, abortion is harming another person, or trans rights are harming another person. But that's in their household, not in yours. And that is their choice and their beliefs. You're saying you're fighting for the life of a child, or you're fighting the life of a minor, but at the same time, you're not.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't know their situation, you don't know what's going on in their family, you don't know what's going on, and you're not going to pay for anything that happens afterwards. You're not going to be financially responsible for anything that occurs.
Right. In this country, we don't believe in universal health care, so you're not paying for this other person's health care.
Yeah.
Why should you have any say? In this capitalist country, if you're not paying for it, why does it even matter to you?
It didn't come out of your pocket.
Exactly.
Your tax dollars didn't pay for it.
Exactly.
Like,
And either way, Why should you be caring about other people's health care anyway?
Right. It's not like I'm coming into your house and saying, okay, well, your daughter's trans,
Right. Stop
and you
peeping through the fence, people.
like, what? How would you like if I came in like did the exact opposite of what you're doing? Like you're coming into our homes and our families, and you're saying, okay, well, they aren't. Well, what if I came into your house and said they are? You need to give your child surgery. You need to force them to do these things because they are. But I'm not. I'm coming to dealing with my house, my home,
Right.
in my way.
Let's give an extreme example. Okay, so let's say the government was atheist at heart.
Hmm.
Like the whole system was atheist, and any religion was a giant minority, like tiny minority. I'm sorry, in our country. Let's pretend we're in a mirror universe for a moment. We're black mirroring it, okay? Uh, let's imagine that you have a terminal illness like cancer or something. Uh, this would be the equivalent of like the government saying, well, you're Christian, you just need to pray it away. uh, would you be fighting for your rights to healthcare as well
Well,
for
and this is
cancer?
yeah, right.
I think you would. I think you'd want to be able to use modern medicine to its greatest ability there to help save your life.
Yeah,
Yes?
like in all honesty, my best friend's mom is going. She's on hospice, and because of her cancer, you know, I wish she had the ability to like completely get rid of her cancer, but
She must be stage 4 then, yeah.
yeah, but and then bringing religion into it. Those are Christians should know that the Bible does talk about the freedom of choice. God tells them, that they are free to choose between good and evil. I don't remember the exact verse, but like that's one of the things that is taught in the Bible is choice, the freedom of choice. But here are these Christian groups who are trying to take those choices from people. So at the same time, like, yes, it's their choice, but that's between them, their God, their beliefs, and their family.
Right. If
So,
you
but
think
they should have
everyone's
that
going to have
freedom.
to stop at St. Peter when they die, it's between them and God. It's between them and what God puts in St. Peter's scroll.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, and if that's what you believe, like,
If that's what you believe, then great. Then that's still between them and God.
yeah. Like
You are not responsible for every other life on this planet.
If otherwise Christians would be a lot responsible for a lot more than they claim.
Right. And if so, y'all been slacking. Why are we on fire? Why is this world on fire? Huh? Clearly we're doing
Why
a
are
few
there so
things
many homeless
wrong.
people? Why are there so
Right.
many homeless people? You should be taking care of your homeless people
Yeah, should be
as
feeding the
Christians,
poor.
giving them home, giving them a roof over their head, taking care of them. That's what the Christian way is supposed to be, right? Like you guys are supposed to be out there as Christians taking care of the people. What are you doing? Oh, you're trying to take the rights from other people and be like and cause more people to be homeless, more children to be orphaned because you want people who can't afford it to keep children.
Right.
Or keep a fetus.
This is the way I look at Beatitudes, which is like the book of Matthew.
Mm-hmm.
Beatitudes, just in review. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs the kingdom of heaven. Okay. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Okay, so comfort those mourning. That sounds like a guideline to follow. Blessed are the meek, they'll inherit the earth. Blessed are those who do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. If they are hungering and thirsting for righteousness, then help fill them. If they're not asking, then don't. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Great. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Okay. So then be a peacemaker. Stop waging wars on things that don't need to be wars. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake. Okay. Just because you think you're fighting this good fight against trans people and LGBTQ IA plus people and other religions, they're seeking their own righteousness and they're trying to come into their own the way they need to be. Perhaps stop persecuting them. And if you're reviled, people persecute you and say all manner of evil against you falsely, it's just read the Bible more, people. If you're going to exalt that book, if you're going to exalt whatever teachings, you should perhaps follow them without your twisted notions.
Wait till they find out the guy that wrote King James Bible also wrote the demonic Bible before that.
All those that follow the King James version, yes.
And not to mention he was into witchcraft and demonology,
and they did a lot of mistranslations in there to fit their own selfish needs.
There are since the Bible was first translated from the Hebrew and Roman and Greek that it was written in, right. There were so many mistranslations.
Yeah,
the people and blessed be the Catholic Church. Anyways, I'm not pointing this out towards the Catholic Church because of the Catholic Church, but it's just what happened. The law changes to religion started in the Catholic Church, whereas it wasn't Chris. I don't remember some Pope or somebody, one of the first ones. I don't know, started it, but for example, what foods are clean or unclean, the days of worship, all these. The original day of worship was Saturday, and then the Catholic changed it to Sunday, and then all these other religions followed suit because their descendants are breakoffs of the Catholic Church. And it'd be, if you ever saw the fork, it was Catholicism, Lutheranism, all these, you know what I'm saying,
right, the tree of Christianity.
Yeah,
when you look at those
they all break off of Catholics and make their way downtown, walking fast, homebound.
Okay, on a lighter note, have you seen the It's Vanessa Carlton, right?
I think so.
That? Pretty sure. Someone took an old delivery drone, the things that look like walking suit or rolling suitcases or whatever.
Yeah.
Or coolers. Someone took one, put a toy piano on it and a puppet that looks like Vanessa Carlton. It goes down the street and plays and has lights underneath it. It just plays that downtown.
Oh my god.
And they even have a video of Vanessa Carlton going, "That looks just like me." It is great. Oh my gosh. But yeah, if you go on the Clock app or YouTube or whatever, just look up Vanessa Carlton robot puppet. It is phenomenal. So that'll be our feel good for the end. Go watch that nonsense. It's glorious.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's great.
we'll be
Oh my god.
watching that. But on the closing note, thank you guys for tuning in. Like, subscribe, follow, wherever you listen to podcasts or watch our videos. We really do appreciate you guys. Please leave a comment down below if you'd like to see something, hear something, or just any kind of feedback you'd like to leave. And we'll be keeping an eye out for those things. Anything else to add, Kyle?
No, I think today has been a good day. I feel like we got a lot of good content here. We do appreciate you all, and subscribe.
Oh, bless. Thank you for choosing Alphabet Corner. Please remain. Oh man,
A subsidiary of Diverse Roulette.
Peace out, Girl Scouts. Bye.